Hello everyone. You might have seen on my channel for quite a while back, I shared a couple of tea bag folding designs. And a lot of people have asked me about them and if there are any more. So what I've done is come up with a few more cards and a few more folds for you and created a playlist. So on YouTube now, if you head up to the top of my channel, you'll find the playlist options. And in there, I'll have posted all my tea bag folding cards into one group. So you can work through all the different folds there. As usual, the tea bag folds are just how to make the rosette. What you do with it then is totally up to you. So what I'm going to be showing you is starting off with the basic square. In the first video, in this one now, I'll show you this, but I won't show you how to do the matting layering for the rosette. That is actually in the second video. So the second video, I'll be showing you how to make the basic triangle tea bag fold. You can see there's loads of dimension, but then again, it'll fold flat to go into your envelope. So it's a great way to add interest to your card. And once you have mastered those two, I'll show you the kite fold. As you can see again, loads of dimension, but also can go flat. And then if you've had a go at the three here, as I said, I've got two older videos which I'll put into the same playlist for you to have a look if you haven't seen them already as well. So there we go. Our first tea bag fold will come up straight after this quick intro. So go and grab a cup of coffee if you're just going to watch, or grab your papers, grab some square papers, and let's get folding. So I'm going to start off by making my card blank. So I'm just going to make a 5x7 card again today. So I'm just going to cut my piece of cardstock at 7x10. So put my cutter away and bring in my scoreboard and score at 5 inches. So that's my card blank made ready for later. And I'm going to bring in my tea bag squares now. So here we go. Let's zoom right in today. The Nitwit paper kits are brilliant for these because you get a bunch of background papers and they're squares. So I went to the Geraniums kit and I found this one. Now when I make my tea bag, I'm going to end up with a piece which is quarter of the size of the square I make. And as you can see, I'm only going to be seeing that top left corner. Equally, I could fold it so I've got the stripes. I could have a stripe going around. That would look pretty good as well. But for now, I've gone for this one, which has a nice border. So when you're picking your paper, just choose one in which you've got a nice quarter of a square with a nice pattern. So you will need 8 squares. So all I've done is resized it to whatever size I want. And you'll end up with a topper, which is the same width as the paper you start with, plus another one on top like that. So have a think now. So don't make your square the height of your card, because you'll have one with a diamond, which is obviously a bit taller. So have a think, that's how big it will be at the end. So this is the basic fold, which is the start of many more complicated ones. And as you can see, I've already done a bunch of them already, so you don't have to watch me do it 8 times. So I'm going to start off with my pattern facing down, so my white side facing up. And I'm going to fold it corner to corner. So the thing with Teabag folding is trying to make your folds as accurate as possible and as neat, crisp as possible. So I'm using my Cool Cats multi-purpose Teflon tool here, which is really, really, really good. It's one of my go-to tools. Open it up and fold it the other way. So I've made squares. So white side up, we're going to fold in squares. Now, if you're using a random pattern, this next step, you can just go straight into it. But if you're using a paper, which you want the same corner every time, which I do, make sure that is on the top as you hold your diamond. Okay, so just make sure you do exactly the same each time. And then you're just going to fold the bottom point up to the top. So I have my pattern facing up this time. And I'm just going to score. And then when I open it, I can take my index finger underneath and just pop it up. And you'll feel it pop. And these two bits here will just naturally fold in. And that is your diamond. So I'm just going to crisp up those fold lines. Okay. So this is the basic square or diamond fold. So let's do it one more time. So white facing up and fold in half. Now, the more you've done this, the quicker you will get. And you can see that they come together pretty easy in the end. Turn it around and again. Now, if you don't like cutting your squares, why not just get your die cutting machine out and just use your square dies, and then you'll have perfect squares. So again, this is the corner or the quarter I want to show. So I put that at the top and fold up, point to point, and score. Then take my index finger, pop, and fold. So if I was going to use my dies, I would probably choose a paper which is just like a totally random design, like a floral piece or something, which hasn't got a pattern you want to follow. That way you can just cut the squares from any place in your paper. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit now that we've done our 8 squares. It's time now to build the rosette itself. Now, we folded all these the same way, so you'll see everything is the same. Let's have a look, get them all in place. There we go. And even though we've done it all in the same place, we've still got a choice. We'll have 2 different ways. So we are going to interconnect our papers. So we've got this sort of a valley in here, and we're going to be tucking the right hand side one into the left. Now if I was to tuck it so my right hand side one is on top of the left, this strip is going to show like so, and you would get an octagon shape starting to build. So if you like that, just have a little practice with it, see what you think it looks like. But on the other hand, you could take it and tuck it so the back of your right hand side slots in here. And now you'll have just the flowers showing. So we could tuck in behind this time. So tuck behind and we will have a floral one. So which one did you prefer? I think I'm going to go for the floral today. So we're going to be tucking behind. So I just get my glue, and I'm just going to put a little blob down in this corner, not up here, because we just want to tuck it in as so. So I'm just going to line up so these corners do, and then that is tucked in nicely into that valley. So I'm going to open it up, put some glue. I'm going to tuck this inside all the way, and I'm keeping this bit nice and neat. Now don't panic, you are going to end up with a little hole there, so your papers might not meet exactly. That is normal. So we can tuck it behind. So as long as you do the same thing every time, your tea bag will turn out nice. So tuck it behind, glue it in, and honestly, as soon as you've done a couple of these, you won't even be thinking about it. You'll just be putting them in, and you'll be building these tea bag folds so quickly and so easily. Like I said, not too much glue. And you can see that there's a little hole starting. That's fine. So now we've gone all the way around. We're going to put the glue, just as we did with every other one. We're going to bring that first one we started with and bring it in and fold it down. And that is your tea bag fold rosette done. So the back will all be white, and then you've got that like this. So if you've used double-sided papers, you will have a pattern on the back as well. So you could actually choose and flip it over. And it's up to you now. I like the fullness of it like this. But if you prefer, you can also go around and put some glue under each of these and stick it down a bit flatter. But I think because you've gone to all that effort, you want that to pop out. So I leave them as they are today, and they'll still fold flat to go into your envelope. So as I said, I had a 5x7 card. Nothing stopping you now having bigger squares, making a bigger rosette, or doing a square card, a DL slimline card. Just as long as it fits, it can go any size you want. So that's all I've done is taken one of the backing papers again from my Nitwit Geraniums and added the sentiment, made it just 1/4 inch shorter, so 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. And if you notice, if you're eagle-eyed, this paper, this backing paper, is actually the same one that I used for my tea bag papers. You see the corner there is just trimmed off, so it should all match nicely. So there we go. I could stick that down now, but as I said, the hole in the middle, you could put a brad through it. You can get nice decorative brads, which I've done in some of the other videos for the tea bag folding. But because this kit comes with these button images, I've just printed out one of the buttons, nice and small, nearly glued it then, and I'm going to put a foam pad behind it. I think I've got one that's already cut here. Let's see this smaller feet. Just, there we are. I'm going to take it off and stick it over that hole, just to finish it off. Now that shine is actually part of the digi kit. It's just come out printed like that. It's nothing I've added, but if you wanted to add some glossy accents or something to it, you could. So there we go. our first fold in our tea bag folding series, the nice simple square or diamond fold. Now in the next one, I'm going to be showing you how we can make a backing for this one. So if you want your rosette to pop out even more, have a look for the second basic fold, video 2, and I'll show you how to make a nice mount for your rosette as well. So it'll be another basic fold and a rosette. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please have a look underneath the video and just click on that thumbs up, and that'll just give me a like, and write a comment as well, just to say hello or what you think of the card or the papers I've chosen, or if you've done it before, some tea bags before, or if it's something new, just let me know. And if you do get inspired to have a go as well and follow this fold, head on over to Facebook and type in Paper Crafting with Paul, and you should find my Facebook group pop up. If not, have a look in the description below and I'll add a link for you there, because I'd really like to see how you make your tea bag folded cards. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.